Yes, hello, Menzorna family. Welcome to the today's online training. Today I will present you our Menzorna Premium Pet program, as you can see here. So I have three topics in my presentation. The first topic is to select the correct Menzorna pet. I will tell you something about the color code. The second is learn the differences between conventional pet. And the third point is use the premium pets correctly. So as you can see, we have different sizes here. This is a special logic. So we have the small pets here. I tell it in the German centimeters is 95, 3.5 inch. The second one is 150 millimeter, 6 inch, and the big one is 180 millimeters, 7 inch. So depending on what you are polishing, you will choose the right pet for the right application. Of course, we have the right backing plates for each product. Of course, you cannot use the small with the big one. You need to choose the right backing plate and the right pet. So maybe you ask yourself why we have these different colors here. So this is also very easy to explain. If I take this and show you like this, I think you will be reminded for a traffic light. And exactly it is like this. This is a traffic light system, meaning that always the red foams are heavy cut foams, the yellow foams are medium cut foams, the green one are finish foams, and the blue are waxing foams. And if you compare it to our polishes, it's the same. So the color corresponding to the same logic as we have in the polishes. So all polishes which are red, we have the special heavy cut product for it. For the yellow one, green, the finished products, and blue, the waxing and protection products. So what is special on Menzorna pets? So there are a few specialties. So the first one, that we have a very, very high Velcro, you can see here. So the Velcro is very stitched, very hard, and in a very high quality to the foam. And why? Because if you use it with DA machines with a high throw, you will not destroy the pet by itself. The other thing is that the edges, we have safety edges here on the pads, so it's also suitable for beginners. Means if you are polishing, because I will show you later, if you normally you should polish like this, that you put the pad flat on the surface and not to work with the edges, because if you work with the edges, you will destroy your surface. These foams were developed specially for Menzorna, and this is a very long-lasting foam. And maybe you ask yourself, okay, how many cars can I polish with one foam? So if you treat the foams well, it's about 20 cars per foam. So what do I mean with treat? With treat I mean wash, so it's very easy to wash the pads. You just after polishing, you just put them into warm water, wash it out with the hands, and then put it in a pad washer, put it on a machine, and through the rotation energy, the water will go out, and you can dry it very easy. Maybe some of you guys ask yourself why we have a hole here inside. So the hole is also special. Why? Because due to this hole, we have a good heat transfer, and during the polishing process, the surface does not heat up so much. So if I talking about does not heat up, what does it mean? So we did some research, and starting with 70 degrees in Fahrenheit, it's 160 roundabout. If it's higher, the surface temperature, you may destroy the surface or you burn the clear coat. With this pads, this should not be happen, because you have the hole, and with this hole, we figured out that it's round about 10 degrees less, more or less. And what is also very important to know is that if you work with the Mensurna products, there is no need to use it especially for rotary orbital. All these pads you can use with a rotary, orbital, or even with a DA double action machine. And last but not least, I would like to tell you about another quality aspect, which is the regulated foam. So what does regulated foam means? It means that it's an open cell foam, and you have a decreased resistance to compression. So this means the pads are less firm, and also the tear resistance is higher than other foams from competition. So this will help you if you work with DA polishers with a long throw. These pads will last very long. And also the chemicals, due to the fact that it's open cell, get absorbed, and you have a longer durability of the pads. So now I would like to tell you something about the backing plates. I just pick out the 6-inch backing plate. So if you can see here you have a space where you don't have the Velcro. Why it is so? Because the idea behind is, if you put this pad onto the backing plate like this, and you want to tear it off, then it's much easier, because in this region you don't have the Velcro. So now I would like to show you how to put it in the right way onto a polisher. I have here a rotary machine. It's very easy. You just put it very in the center. I don't gonna polish at the moment. I just want to show you. And if you polish with the polisher, just try to use it flat on the surface and do not work on edges. Because if you work on edges, you will have more holograms, and also the possibility is very high that you damage the surface, because the cut is coming always from the edges. Okay, now I would like to summarize what we talked about. So Mensurna pads have a color logic. They have the traffic light system. So like in the real life, red pads are heavy cut products, heavy cut pads. Yellow is medium, green is finish, and the blue one is for waxing. The Mensurna pads are washable. If you treat them well, they will last you for around about 20 cars. They are very durable. You have reticulated foam. Reticulated foam means open cell. You can also feel it if you blow into the pad. You will notice that the breath goes through. So this is an open cell foam. It's a very special design with the center hole, which we have on the 6-inch and the 7-inch pad, which will help you to control the temperature. You have the safety edges on the pad, which is also suitable for beginners. And Mensurna offers different pad sizes, so 3.5, 6, and 7. So thank you for your attention. Hope you see you soon on your web page, and depending on which country you are located, you will find the online dealers on mensurna.com. Just select your country, and then you will find the dealer where you can order this product. Thank you for attention. Bye.
Mensurna Polishing Compounds. Perfection in polishing.